Guys, Rainy and I are on a holiday currently in Bali. We're in Seminyak and we got to stick to the schedule. So here we are.
Little true crime in our hotel room.
Apologies if you hear any traffic noise, some
Fireworks.
got some middle of the day fireworks going off before, but you just never know what you're going to get here in Seminyak.
No Bali, thank God.
Well, questionable. But look, friends, we thought we are in Bali, so why not deliver up a little Bali true crime? We've found a real doozy for you.
I know, it's horrific, isn't it? This story's terrible.
That's really bad. It's definitely one of the worst, I think.
It's up there.
Friends, strap on in, get ready for a little travel true crime. We're all going to go to Bali today, so get your suitcases and your passports. Let's go.
Let's go.
August 12th, 2014. We're going to the beautiful Nusa Dua.
Delightful.
Nusa Dua is an area here in Bali in Indonesia, and it's a really luxurious bubble in this paradise. Think palm tree lined streets. And not these little wee dinky-dory streets, Rainy. They are big, wide streets, less traffic. It's a little more calm because it's a lot more rich over in Nusa Dua. There are luxurious hotels that line the beachfront, and it's definitely a prestigious area in Bali. It's where a lot of the wealthier travelers would go. Tuesday, August 12th, 2014, Ketut, he is a taxi driver and he's ready to get out there. He's ready to work, earn some dollars for him and his family. The Balinese people, they work hard.
Oh, do they ever?
They're wonderful people. Everyone's been so kind, so lovely, and I'm sure Ketut is no different to what we've experienced here. So he is a taxi driver and he has been called out to the gorgeous St. Regis Hotel. Now, this is a 5-star resort. Some would say the crown jewel of Nusa Dua. It's one of the best.
Glorious.
He has been booked by a young American couple, Heather Mack and Tommy Schaefer. Now, Ketut, he pulls up to the beautiful St. Regis Hotel and there his American couple awaits. He gets out the taxi. He gets ready to lift their bags and put them in the car because I tell you what, they're obliging, the Balinese. They don't want you to lift a finger. Apart from that guy that you tried to bargain a little too hard today, he was pissed.
Oh, he didn't like me.
He was right pissed. Now, Heather and Tommy, they insist.
No, sir, we've got this. We can take care of it. Please, don't lift a finger.
Because they're American, yeah? They lift the suitcase, they put it into the trunk, and they say,
We'll be right back, sir. We just gotta go check out that hotel.
Our hotel.
We're just gonna check out, sir. We'll be right back.
So Ketut, he hops back in the car. The couple, they head inside. Ketut, he's patiently waiting, sitting in the front seat. It's probably getting a little hot, a little humid.
A little sticky.
He's probably used to it though. It is the cooler time of the year. Now he waits. And he waits. And he waits. And he waits. Ketut waits for 2 hours.
It's too long, Ketut.
I told you what, they're nice though. The Balinese, they're nice people. And he's thinking, you know what? For starters, I'm not even going to attempt the Balinese accent, the Indonesian accent. That is a big no-no. He doesn't really know what to do. He gets out, he talks to security. He's like,
Where's the couple?
the security don't know. They're going inside the hotel. They're trying to find where this American couple have gone. They're nowhere to be seen.
Disappeared.
Apparently, at the front desk, they said that they were going to get their credit card and be right back to pay for the room. They never came back.
Ketut.
They ketooted out of there.
Ketut, and they're gone.
Katoot and they're gone. So security from the hotel and Ketut, they open up the boot. They're going to remove the couple's luggage. And Rainy, to their shock horror, they would notice a liquid seeping out of the suitcase. Now this liquid, it's no surprise. It doesn't matter which country you're from. You know what this liquid is. There was blood seeping out of this luggage. So security tell Ketut,
Mate, you gotta get down to the police station. Come on, get on out of here. You gotta go, mate. You gotta go.
So Ketut, there is no time to lose. He gets in his taxi and he drives down to the South Kuta police station. The police, they come out to see what is going on. They remove the luggage and they unzip this bag, Rainy. And they're absolutely shocked and stunned to find a dead body.
God, could you imagine?
It's not right. These people are too nice for this shit.
Shit.
This body would belong to 62-year-old American woman Sheila von Weiss Mack. And it is very clear that Sheila has suffered an horrendous attack. She is covered in cuts and bruises, blood and scrapes. She's really fucked.
She's certainly no stowaway.
She's no stowaway. Sorry. She's gone. And now they need to understand how exactly this poor woman ended up in this suitcase. So who is this woman? Rainy.
Let me tell you. Sheila Mack, 62 years old from Chicago. And she is a socialite and a philanthropist.
One more time, girlfriend. Come on.
She is a socialite and a philanthropist. I can't do it. Philanthropist.
Yeah.
Ah. And if anybody doesn't know what this is, she's basically a rich bitch. She just gives money to the poor, the needy, schools, museum.
Really?
She's a donator.
I thought a philanthropist is something that you might, I don't know, play with plants or something or dig out fossils.
That's what I thought too.
Shit.
But it's not.
It just means you're a generous, rich person. Love that.
Well, I'm like, is that correct?
Don't quote us on that, guys.
It is, guys. Someone who donates substantial resources, often including time and expertise, but always including substantial financial resource to a particular cause, area, or social issue or person.
So you're like a volunteer and you also donate money.
Just gives money away.
Great.
She is married to James Mack, and James Mack, he is a very well-known, successful conductor, musician. He has composed music for over 60 albums for artists including Nancy Williams, Jerry Butler, and Tyrone Davis. I have no idea who they are.
We're a little bit too young, I think.
He basically can do any genre of music except hip-hop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very successful. And they had a beautiful daughter named Heather. Now, Heather, she was a bit of a daddy's girl. She loved her dad. Sheila would get a little jealous.
Really?
Didn't quite like that Heather was taking her man away from her. Strange.
That's so odd.
Very, very strange. And Heather, she was a little rebellious growing up. She was a little naughty.
Like you.
Like me. She was just a bit of a troublemaker. She had a bad relationship with her mum. In 2004, the police were actually called to their house because, you see, James had a couple of other children. Sheila didn't really like those other children seeing her father either. So they were worried. They're like, well, where's Dad? They called the cops. They did a bit of a welfare check because Sheila would always turn the bloody lights off, pretend they were never home.
Oh.
This woman, she's got some jealousy issues with these children.
It's a little odd, isn't it?
It's very, very strange. They went on a lovely family holiday on the Royal Caribbean cruise.
Ew.
And unfortunately, James, he injured his foot.
Oh.
And he didn't actually receive very good medical care, and he actually got a little paralyzed.
Paralyzed?
I don't know how to get paralyzed in your foot. He must have lost all movement.
It has to be.
After this, he actually filed a lawsuit against the cruise company, but he didn't get to follow it through, Lollie, because unfortunately, James had a cancer diagnosis, and while on holiday in 2006 in Athens, he gagged it.
Oh, man.
He dropped dead in their hotel of a pulmonary embolism, which is blockage of an artery in the lung.
Oh,
Terrible.
terrible. There's people dying on holidays.
Do you imagine?
Oh.
It's a way to end a trip, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it does definitely end the trip.
So, Daddy's out of the picture, and the relationship between Heather and Sheila became worse and worse and worse. So worse. That didn't make sense. So terrible. So bad that, Lollie, the police were called 86 times
Too many.
on domestic disputes.
Too many.
I mean, it's a lot, isn't it?
Oh, that's so bad.
Some of these disputes included Heather pushing her mother over in the bathroom. She then broke her arm
Christ.
and she stole the phone cord so her mum couldn't call 911.
That's dark.
She also punched her broken ankle.
Oh.
She stole $1,000 and a lot of violent interactions.
She's just too rich, too spoiled. Brat.
She grew up in a very cushy household. She got whatever she wanted. And when Daddy's out of the picture, all she had was her mum. She didn't like her mum.
Oh.
Her mum was too strict on her, too hard. Expectations were high. In her senior year at high school, she met the love of her life, Tommy Schaefer. Tommy grew up in Chicago, raised by a single mother, and he was known for his charming, witty, and dramatic character. He liked to exaggerate the truth.
Don't we all?
A little bit too much, you see. His friends started pulling away because this guy was a fucking liar.
Ew.
He was a troublemaker, a manipulator, and he had big dreams to become a hip-hop sensation.
Bless.
He went by the stage name of Tommy EXX.
Ooh, EXX. EXX.
Or Tommy XX.
Tommy X. Tommy X.
He even had a song for sale on iTunes.
Wow, he's made it.
Wasn't around good circumstances, Lollie. Unfortunately, his previous girlfriend died in a car accident in South Africa.
Ooh.
So he wrote a song, a hip-hop song, and he put this on iTunes to raise some money for the family.
$1.99?
$1.99.
So he raised $1.99 then.
That's right.
Sorry, that's terrible about the girlfriend. No, it's not right.
Life went on. He was known as a standout bowler.
Gangster.
Hip-hop cola.
Yeah, ride or die, motherfucker.
That's right. And he was a hip-hop head. He loved it. But Lollie, after school, he was just a unemployed rapper.
Loser. He's just a loser.
He was just a loser. And these two hit it off. They loved each other.
Oh,
But you see, Sheila, she didn't approve.
yeah.
She was not impressed by this hip-hop bowler.
Chocola.
20-inch blade, only Impala. Holla, get late tonight.
Guys, in case you don't know, we're also hip-hop
That's
heads.
right.
Okay. Oh, that was a great song, wasn't it?
was. I love that.
Bum, 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 bum. Tell me what you gonna do.
Okay.
Get that?
All right. These guys obviously like to get down and dirty.
Oh.
Because Heather, she found herself pregnant twice.
Oh.
Sheila wasn't having a bar of it. She stormed her straight down to that abortion clinic. And you know what happens there, guys?
Abortions?
Abortions.
Fucking hell.
And you think Heather would learn. You see, Sheila just wanted the best for Heather. She's too young.
She is.
But Heather and Tommy got straight back at it. And Heather found herself pregnant again.
Oh, but you know, she could have the devil spawn child just like she's been for her mum.
You're not wrong. And Heather was pissed. She was trying her hardest to get a third abortion, but they put that on hold because Sheila thought she'd try a different tactic. And she decided that the two of them would go on a glorious high-end holiday to Bali. And when we say high-end, no expenses are spared. They flew business class. $12,000.
US dollars too.
US dollars.
That's like
A
20
seat.
grand. A seat.
Yes.
Yes.
Philanthropist.
She's a philanthropist. She's a rapper too.
She is a philanthropist. Oh my God.
Philanthropist.
She is a philanthropist. That's a really hard word.
Philanthropist.
She is a philanthropist.
She's a tarantula.
She is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and she is paying for her daughter to travel high-end to Bali to socialize.
She's a T-Rex.
She's putting her philanthropist on hold, and she is going on a holiday to try and mend their mother-daughter relationship. Bonding time. She's got to get away from Tommy. I forgot to mention, she's also sold the family home and moved further away out of town from Tommy just to try and separate the two.
Oh.
But first, they're stopping in Bali.
Mama's trying hard to mend this relationship. She's thinking that if there's a little bit of space between Heather and Tommy, maybe she can convince her daughter to have another abortion. And look, things start off pretty well. First class tickets,
Nice.
luxurious hotel, shopping sprees, fine dining with, let's be honest, a little side of belly.
That's right.
Story time. No, just kidding. There's been no poops on this trip.
No.
Well,
Hey, I'm great. You just got to eat nasi goreng the whole time, you know?
that's right. It's unavoidable to feel a little niggly in the tummy.
Oh, I feel fine.
Rainy feels fine. You were nauseous all last night though.
Yeah, it's because you stitched me up and gave me full dairy in my matcha, bitch.
Anyway, that's another episode. But things are going well, but really they're not. The tension is still strong, and the tension didn't go unnoticed, Rainy. It was quite common to see Heather and her mom at the resort restaurants having very heated discussions, a little fighting, a lot of tension in the air, and it was a little concerning for the staff. But, you know, teenage daughter, rich mother, a little family feud was going on.
Guys, we didn't mention this before. I have actually stayed at the St. Regis Resort.
Story time!
Story time! Story time! Back in 2004, 17, I travelled to Bali and went to Nusa Dua on one of those fucking scary ferries.
Fuck
Oh
that.
my God, they're the fast ferries. I don't know why I was the only one crying in there. Everyone else seemed fine. I was like, give me my fucking life jacket. We're going down.
Give me two.
Because when you're like going and the waves are like coming over the top of the boat and you're just like in this little capsule, I was like, this is not right.
I jump out.
Not right. Anywho, went over to St. Regis. This place is massive. It is so beautiful. You've got to get around by little golf carts and you're like on the ocean. Stunning. I got a boat out to swim with the manta rays. It was a beautiful spot. So I can only imagine if you've got a volatile mother-daughter duo in this place, tensions are high. The staff are going to think it's a little strange.
Yeah, because it's like really wealthy, exclusive, high-end people.
Me.
And then you've got, I know, not me. And then you've got Heather, this brat, just bratting around being a CUNT.
Not right.
And Rainy, things would escalate and Heather would take her brat status to the next new level. This bitch would steal her mom's credit card. Oh, you ready for this, guys?
Oh, Christ.
And Heather would book her boyfriend, her rap star wannabe boyfriend, a first-class ticket to Bali on her mother's dime. Sheila, none the wiser, unsuspecting this piece of garbage to show up at this beautiful resort. So on the 12th of August, 2014, at 1 a.m, Tommy would disembark his first-class seat and he would arrive at the beautiful St. Regis in Nusa Dua. You'd at least just buy him a coach ticket, economy. Come on. What a dog.
I know.
$12,209.
Just goes to show the disregard to her mother.
Yeah, her expectations. That's right.
Doesn't give a shit.
Heather would also book Tommy his own room at the St. Regis. This boy was lucky and he was living it up on Sheila's dime. The 12th of August, in the early hours of the morning, Sheila would wake up in her room and she would be super concerned because Heather is nowhere to be seen. Her 18-year-old daughter is missing. It's like 2, 3 in the morning. Not right. So Sheila, she gets organized, heads down to the lobby to do some investigation. And to her disgust, she cannot believe her eyes. She sees Tommy and Heather standing in the lobby of the St. Regis.
Probably canoodling.
And probably Sheila's first thought is there is no way this loser rapper can afford a ticket to Bali. She's probably already realized it's on my dime. So a fight breaks out, Rainy, in the lobby. If the staff thought things were bad before, now things are at maximum heat. The volume at which these guys are fighting is very loud. They're at a rich, luxurious hotel. The staff are like, please keep it down because people, they didn't come to pay for this shit. A fighting family in the foyer. But things are heated. Sheila learns that she's paid the first-class ticket for Tommy to make it to Nusa Dua and the accommodation. She's beside herself.
Could you imagine? Oh, you'd be wild.
I'd slap Heather silly. Ugh, I'd just probably leave. I'd be like, you're on your own.
See you later. Just leave them in Bali.
I know, just leave them to
good
it.
luck.
Ooh.
Good luck getting home.
Things would begin to calm down. Heather and Sheila decide to go back to their room and Tommy would head back to his room. They would all go to sleep, but not before Tommy would drink the minibar dry because he's a bloody baller gangster.
Bintangs.
Bintangs. They would all go to sleep, but unbeknownst to Sheila, a dark plan was beginning to form.
You see, Tommy and Heather, they weren't happy about the situation. They're like,
This bitch has got to go.
they needed to live their life without Sheila in it.
And cash in on Heather's trust fund.
She is an heir to the throne.
$1.5 million to be exact.
$1.5 million, but Heather, she was a little confused. She thought it was $11 million. So this is big dollars. They cannot miss the opportunity. So Tommy and Heather, they're making a plan. It's 8:20 in the morning. Not really sure why at 8:20 in the morning. They were waiting for Sheila to be fast asleep when really it's time to wake. Tommy messages Heather and says,
Wait till it's a heavy snore.
Heather,
There's no better time to say hi, is there?
now this is code for kill. That was their code word, say hi. So Tommy replies,
Go with your gut, baby. I'll be outside if you need me. I'll hear it.
Garbage.
Tommy also refers to the two of them as Bonnie and Clyde. He says,
You're Bonnie. Do it.
ew, They also then planned on maybe like getting a big pole and whacking her over the head with the pole, but there's no big pole in the room.
I don't see a pole in this room.
They're at the St. Regis.
Come on, guys.
Heather messages, are you sure she'll KO? God, Heather's getting cold feet. She's freaking out. She tells Tommy, you gotta come in here. So Tommy, he heads on down the hallway with a fruit bowl under his shirt.
Oh, fruit bowl.
Now this is a glass fruit bowl with a metal handle. He's got it tucked under his shirt. He's walking down the hallway.
He's doing the crip walk, Rainy.
He's crip walking down the hallway.
One arm dragging behind.
Pants ankle deep.
He's beatboxing.
Boxes hanging over his ass. And she sneaks him in the bedroom and hides him in the toilet. Heather and Tommy are still texting back and forth. Heather texts Tommy and says, come in, stay over the side, that side of the room, because she's facing the other way. Tommy enters the room. Quietly, he creeps in. Heather then messages, we should just suffocate her.
Oh, dark.
She's so awake.
Yeah, because it's morning time, bitch. It's time for breakfast.
I mean, don't even do this, but do it when she's asleep. Time is running out, Lollie. Tommy's phone's going flat.
Oh, no.
He's on 1%. It's a bloody morning. Charge it overnight, for Christ's sakes. Now is his time. He has to take action. He messages,
Let me just creep up, whack her, once, and done. She was drunk, slipped and fell.
too easy. So Tommy comes in and bang, starts beating Sheila with the fruit bowl. Apparently Heather is holding her hands over Sheila's mouth so no one can hear her screaming.
It's so bad.
And Sheila, she's putting up a fight. She is fighting back for her life. But Tommy's a big boy. He's 6'3" for Christ's sakes. And ultimately, Tommy would beat poor Sheila to death with that fruit bowl.
Oh, it's horrible, guys. Sorry. Warning.
It's a bit late.
I know, but it's so dark, isn't it? It's so dark.
No, this is horrific. This is so bad. So Sheila and Tommy, they take their time, clean up, and think, right, we've got to get out of here. The room's a goddamn mess. Sheila's dead on the floor. We can't leave her here. So, great plan.
Let's empty a suitcase. We're going to stuff Sheila inside.
Tommy's going to head on down to reception and grab some duct tape just to secure the suitcase, and then they'll be on their merry way. So they get the duct tape and they wrap Sheila in a bedsheet and they stuff her inside the suitcase. They grab their belongings and they get the staff to organise a taxi. The staff are lovely.
So lovely.
They're coming to help with their luggage, but they're like, no, sir. Please don't. We've got this. It's a dark grey plastic suitcase. The staff then notice that it's covered in like this red blood stain. Heather's like, no, it's just my makeup. I mean, what kind of makeup? That's a lot of blush.
There's a lot of blush. I'm like, fucking hell, man. Clean the suitcase. Oh, these guys are dumb.
They head on out and the poor taxi driver, he arrives. He helps them put the luggage in the car and then they just head on in and they're going to check out. But you see, Sheila had told the reception, do not pay for Tommy's stay. Don't pay for his stay. Don't pay for his room. He is to have no charges on my credit card.
And the daughter is not allowed to use the credit card either. They've been instructed. On top of this, to make things even better for Heather, her passport is locked inside the safe and only Sheila has the code. Tommy and Heather are trying to check out, but the staff are like,
No, sorry, you're not allowed. Where's your mother?
So they panic, they do a runner, they then scale the back fence of the resort and they head on off to find another taxi.
At the South Kuta police station, the investigation is underway. They have discovered poor Sheila's body, a horrific scene. These poor people. But it's kind of an easy investigation, Rainy, because Ketut has come from the St. Regis. So they backtrack and the police would head to this beautiful 5-star resort. They request the CCTV footage and there they see Heather and Tommy leaving room 616 with the suitcase. So they're able to see who was staying in room 616, Sheila von Weiss Mack and Heather Mack. Easy. As they review the CCTV footage, a picture of what has been happening is brought to light. They can see on the 12th of August in the early hours, Sheila, Heather and Tommy having a very visible fight in the lobby. This is the fight where Sheila has discovered Tommy's arrival. And as they are piecing the puzzle together, news would spread pretty quickly in Bali. This is a big deal.
It's huge.
This just doesn't really happen. And by the next day, this was front news headlines. Body found in a suitcase, identifying Sheila Mack. As this is all beginning to unfold, Heather and Tommy had made their escape. On the 12th of August, they had bailed from this hotel, made their way to a taxi, and they headed to Kuta. Now, this is a very different scene from Nusa Dua. It's a bit bogan, isn't it?
Oh, it's not nice.
Bit garbage. You know, fake handbags, drunk Aussies, traffic jams. It's that kind of scene. But they would go to the Rosita Resort in Kuta, and they would check into this hotel, and the staff were a little perplexed. This was a very odd check-in. The couple had no luggage, they had no passports, but they did have a credit card. They had money, which will go a long way here in Bali. As long as you've got the cash, you're good to go.
Money's money.
So they would check this couple in, and Heather and Tommy would lay low. I guess they're trying to make a plan. What are they going to do? Heather doesn't have a passport. How are they going to get out of here?
Well, they can't.
They can't.
They literally can't. They'll fudge.
And as the news would begin to spread on this island, the staff at the Rosita Resort were starting to think that maybe this odd couple that had checked in with no luggage, no passport, could have possibly been linked to this body in a bag. They would check the details of the credit card, and lo and behold, this credit card would belong to Sheila Mack, the woman whose name was printed in the newspaper.
Shocking.
So they would call the police. The police would arrive and plan a little sting operation, Rainy, and they would knock on the door of Heather and Tommy's hotel room.
Housekeeping.
And of course, Tommy would go to the door, open up, but to his surprise,
Freeze, motherfucker. It's the police.
and Tommy and Heather would be arrested on the suspicion of murder of Heather's mother.
In the meantime, the medical examiner has gone in to try and figure out the exact cause of death. And guys, this is horrific. Sheila's cause of death was in fact asphyxiation due to blunt force trauma to the nose. They broke her nose so hard, it suffocated her. It blocked her airways.
Oh, I just can't even believe this.
She had a lot of defensive wounds. She had a broken neck, and I'm guessing that's probably to try and get her into the suitcase. She had fractured bones in the head, hands. She had blood in the lungs, which indicated she was actually standing on that first initial few blows.
No, stop.
And breathed it in. And her death is obviously ruled a homicide.
Very violent death, very personal. Heather and Tommy, they've been charged with premeditated murder, but they have a very different story. Rainy, do you know what that story is?
Robbers.
Robbers. It's always robbers. Thieves.
It was robbers.
Balinese robbers stormed their beautiful, luxurious 5-star resort room and robbed them.
Managed to get past security. They didn't get caught on any security cameras. It's amazing.
And look, they were so scared they had to run away from the hotel. But of course, no one's buying this garbage bullshit story. The evidence is clear. CCTV footage, it's all there. And Ketut, come on, they put the bag in Ketut's car. So they're charged with premeditated murder, and they are facing the death penalty by firing squad. It's pretty brutal here. I feel like Bali, or just Indonesia in general, is pretty loose. Well, here in Bali,
Oh, yeah.
it's a bloody circus out there.
It is.
But when it comes to the law, there are some pretty harsh penalties. Now, as Rainy mentioned, Heather, she's pregnant. At this stage, she's 10 weeks pregnant. And this would really work in her favor. So when this would go to trial, the two were facing the death penalty for premeditated murder, but ultimately Heather would be convicted of accessory and intent to kill, and she would be found guilty and receive a 10-year prison sentence.
Heather is 18 years old at the time.
Yes.
And Tommy is 21.
They are young. And during this trial, Heather was pregnant. She was 7 months pregnant when the trial began, and she would have her baby, her daughter, would be born during this trial. Now, this would put the trial on hold for a couple of weeks. The baby's born, healthy baby girl, this poor baby girl. Tommy, he is also facing the same charges, and he would be found guilty and would receive 18 years. I'm confused by this. It seems that here in Indonesia, you will get far worse punishment for
Drug
charges. You've got Chappelle, Corby, and obviously the Bali 9. These guys were facing the death penalty. The Bali 9, 2 of the guys were killed by firing squad.
Were they? Two of them with Australian men killed
my
by
God.
2015, killed by firing squad. And obviously Chappelle Corby, she was sentenced to 20 years in prison. So it's just wild. I don't understand, but that's what happens. Now, Heather and Tommy would go to a very famous prison. This is the Kirabakan prison. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, but this prison has the nickname Hotel K. And guys, this brings us to fun facts of the crime. Yay! Now, Hotel K is a world famous prison here in Bali, and let me tell you, the conditions are absolutely fucked. Originally built to hold 350 prisoners, it is not uncommon for Hotel K to be housing around 1,200 inmates. You will find both female and male inmates, and usually these prison cells were built for 3 to 4 prisoners, and it's not uncommon to find up to 20 prisoners in each cell. The cell room is so crammed that the prisoners will actually do sleep shifts because there's not enough room for people to lie down and sleep. So they will work in shifts, allowing people to lie down and the rest to stand. And you can only imagine things get dirty and scrappy, stinky and nasty.
Oh my God, it'd just be like a big, sticky
Sweat
human
fest.
sweat fest in there. Ugh.
But don't be confused, because apparently it can also be a good time. Things are a little loose, the guards are underpaid, and money will go a long way. It is not uncommon for the more wealthy prisoners to be bribing the prison guards to get better cells, cell phones, so they can use social media, alcohol, and it's not uncommon to see these guys drinking and smoking, dancing to music,
Partying it up.
looking like they're having a bloody fantastic time. The other wild thing about Bali prisons is they will allow women that are pregnant to have their children with them in their prison cell for up to 2 years. Now, this allows the mother to breastfeed and bond with their child during these crucial early years. And this is exactly what Heather Mack got to do. She got to have her daughter Stella with her for the first 2 years. This child's first 2 years of life were in Hotel K. And Heather was documenting all of this on social media. You would see videos of her laughing and dancing with her child. She would be having the best time. And Heather would also say in interviews that Hotel K is the best prison in the world. Unbelievable.
I just find it really strange. It's better off to not have that bond if you've got a mother that's in prison for so long and let her be with another family.
The parting ways would be so horrific for that child.
Oh, terrible. So after the 2 years have passed, Stella, Heather's daughter, would then go and live with a Australian Balinese woman who she befriended in the prison, and this would be Stella's new foster family. After Heather serves 7 years and 10 months of her 10-year sentence on October 29th, 2021, Heather is released. And this sentence, Lollie, was reduced by 34 months due to good behaviour and public holidays.
Shit, I don't know. That's amazing, isn't it?
Confusing.
Wow, it's public holiday. You don't have to go to prison.
You don't
obviously.
have to serve your time. So she is released. As soon as she is released, she is escorted out of jail in her high-vis vest through the crowds of media and straight to immigration. You see, Heather is not getting out to live her Balinese life that she thought. She wanted to stay, but she is heading straight to an immigration detention centre. Her Bali dreams have been crushed. She then would fight that her daughter would be able to stay in Bali with the foster family, but this is a big no-no for immigration, and the child has to leave with the mother.
So sad for that child.
The child is now, nearly 8 years old?
Yeah.
And she's gone from a goddamn prison to another Balinese Australian family to now being deported to Chicago with her criminal mother. Heather spent 4 days in this immigration detention centre while there was documents and flights being organised, and she is then deported from Bali. Indonesian authorities have requested for a lifetime ban to the country, and she is no longer ever allowed to return. Heather and her daughter, they hop on this plane. It's happy days. Heather's been released. She's heading back to Chicago to start her new life with her daughter. But this is short-lived. You see, as soon as she stepped foot on that American soil, FBI agents were waiting at the airport to arrest
and charge Heather with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder and 1 count of obstruction of justice.
FBI, motherfucker! Freeze!
Heather's a little confused. She knew she was going to get questioned as soon as she arrived in America. Bit of paperwork.
Suck shit, bitch.
Suck shit, Heather, because you are going down. Now, these charges were based on actions that had taken place prior to leaving for Bali.
Mm-hmm.
Because this wasn't just some thought-up plan for Bali. This plan had been in action quite some time prior to the holiday. But you see, she can't be charged twice for murder because that's double jeopardy. You can't be charged twice for the same crime.
In different countries.
In different countries.
Mm-mm.
There's also a bit of a custody battle going on. Heather really wanted Stella to go back to the Balinese Australian family.
That's what should have happened.
It's what she knew. But no, this is not allowed. Ultimately, the child has been transferred to the custody of Heather's cousin in Colorado. And Heather was deeply upset by this. Time goes on. She's now arrested. She is waiting trial for her new court case. And 2 years would pass, Lollie. 2 years.
Wild.
But she just wants this to be over and done with. So June 2023, Heather would plead guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to kill a US national. And on January 17th, 2024, she would be sentenced to 26 years
Oh, shit, just recently.
in prison.
Wow.
However, she did get credit for 2 years already served. So 24 years.
Wow.
It's going down. Can you imagine? Now, these conditions are going to be very different to Hotel K.
Hotel K was loose. I mean, it was a little wild ride. And also, Heather was somewhat of a celebrity. She got some special treatment. She was able to access some of her money to pay for her legal fees, a little bit of bribery here for the prison guards. And she fucking loved it. It was a bloody ball. But she is just a small fish in a big pond there in the United States. Heather would go to the Hazleton Women's Facility in West Virginia. Now, this is a medium security prison. Heather has described that in this prison, you need to have a hyper awareness of your situation because people are just out to get you. It's savage. And Heather has definitely been getting her fair share of the beatdowns. When asked what are these beatdowns for, she said just for breathing, looking at someone the wrong way, people talking shit, rumors spreading, and it's not uncommon for fights to break out. Now, unfortunately for Heather, she has not only suffered some physical abuse, but she was also sexually assaulted by one of the female prison guards.
Wild.
This is pretty wild. And this happened pretty soon after her arrival because there is an ongoing court case with this female prison guard. She's awaiting trial. There were 4 inmates who have basically accused her of sexual assault. It's not right. It's not right. But, Heather's in prison and life is going to be pretty shit for her. I imagine it's going to be a while till she finds her feet. She is hoping to be transferred to a low security prison next year, so 2026 in Florida. But at this stage, she's still in that medium prison in West Virginia and things are not that great for her. In regards to Tommy, as we know, Tommy is currently in Hotel K. As we record this, he is here in Bali, and he will also be facing the same charges as Heather when he touches down in the US, and that'll be in the next, I think, 4 years' time. So
He's fucked.
He's fucked, and I do believe he will probably get the maximum amount of time, which is 28 years. He committed the actual murder, so it ain't great for the two of them.
And there was actually a third party that received some prison time in this case as well, and that was Tommy's cousin. Prior to the actual murder, Tommy confided in his cousin about Heather wanting someone to kill her mother. She offered a $50,000 reward. I think after the actual murder happened, Tommy's cousin would kind of coach him through what to do next, and he received 9 years in prison for text messages.
For these text messages, can you believe it, guys? That's unbelievable.
It's absolutely wild. Along the way, they actually put a lot of blame on Sheila herself. It was self-defense. They said that she was running around the room with a knife. She was trying to kill them. She strangled Tommy for 30 seconds, a bunch of absolute bullshit. Ultimately, they are getting what they deserve.
And I think we can all agree that the person who loses the most in this is that little girl, Stella. So much disruption in her early years, and obviously now trying to find her feet in a new country, but hopefully she's doing well. But maybe she'll have the last laugh because that giant fortune that was left to Heather, the money that she was trying to gain access to early by killing her mother, will go to Stella when she's at the appropriate age. I know that it was going to go to Heather when she was 30, so perhaps the same rules do apply. We're not really sure. So, Rainy Bear, that brings us to the golden question. Can you handle this Balinese crime and scandal?
Absolutely not. Regardless of the tension between mother and daughter, just run away. Run away with Tommy. Be done with it.
I know.
Leave her alone. There was a horrific way to go. Her poor sister did an interview and she said she can never look at a suitcase the same. She still travels with suitcases, but you would. I mean, if it was me that died in a suitcase, would you be like, oh, Christ, how'd she fit in there?
I know. How does she fit in there?
Honestly, I'm looking at my suitcase right now. These are bigger suitcases.
I don't know, guys. Use your own imagination. Fuck me.
I do think Heather is an absolute piece of shit biatch, and she deserves to be in prison for as long as they can keep her.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Lollie? Can you handle this Balinese crime and scandal?
No, definitely not. Heather is just a spoilt brat, and her mom, there was all of those phone calls to the police. She would never press charges. She was scared for her own safety and wanted to scare her daughter. But like, come on. At what point do you just push the child aside and be like, you're on your own? You got to do it. A mother's love is strong. So no, definitely not. Terrible, terrible. And I just can't believe that happened inside one of these hotel rooms at a luxury resort. Can you imagine? Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that little true crime ep on our holiday here in Bali. Unfortunately, we've only got 2 nights left. We've just had the best time.
Oh, so good.
And we just thought we better do a Bali true crime. I think it was really the only one. Actually, wait, there was one more, and that was the one that's just happened.
Look, we might do these holidays every year and just do a holiday special.
There you go.
We've got to travel for the podcast.
We're going to have to travel the world to do some true crime episodes for all over the world. If you've got a good international true crime story where there is some good shopping, some good resorts, some good cocktails, let us know, because that's maybe where we're going to go next.
Well, look, you guys, take it easy, be careful, and watch out for those goddamn fruit bowls.
I know, in suitcases. Maybe just travel with a duffel bag. I can't get down with that. Suitcases, that's 2 weeks in a row. They're very dangerous.
The suitcase killers, guys. Well, look, you take it easy. I'll see you downstairs at Bintang.
Downstairs at Bintang, bitch. All right, love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Now kutut. He kututs along. Sorry.
He's kututting away.
Probably canoodling and probably Sheila's.
They didn't get caught on any surveillance cameras. It was amazing. Cameras. Where'd that come from? For quite some time prior to the holiday. But you see, she can't be charged twice for murder because that's double jeopardy. Jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
That's double jeopardy.
That makes sense.